What's up, YouTubers? Going live again on TikTok, and as always, laying it out on YouTube to see who might come on there. Hitting it first. Gonna go ahead live on TikTok now. Welcome to TikTok Live. Have fun interacting with your viewers in real time, and remember to create a safe viewing experience by following our community double standards. Don't see anything the Christians don't like. Don't see anything the Muslims don't like. We're notifying viewers that you're live. Really? Wonder why I don't have any trolls anymore. Wonder why nobody comes around that wants to bash us for being atheists anymore. I think it's because you're not promoting our videos. I think that's why. What's up, Cherry? You're first. G Quincy 90. Thanks for jumping on, bud. It's a Sunday. It's the Atheist Brunch. We go at 10:30 Central Time, where it's like fucking 15 degrees today, man. It's actually not that bad. I am the Irreverend Rob, for those of you who don't know me. H-Town Steve O is here. What's up, man? And thanks for everybody for joining it. Thanks everybody for supporting the videos, and thank you for the trolls. They really drive the business up. Every troll helps the train roll. We are the Atheist Underground Psychological Emancipation Railway, moving our mind to places it was too stupid to go by itself. Too weak, really, is the tag. I'm the sacerdote of secularism, the foul-mouthed pharaoh of free thought, and I'm here for you. You are welcome to come on board, whoever you are. If you are religious, you're welcome. If you're going to be respectful, I automatically assume you are less intelligent than my other viewers. If you are, good morning. You got a notification? Gee, that's nice, man. I'm glad. Oh, from YouTube. Okay, sweet. Yeah, YouTube's YouTube gets you going, but you know, I don't know if TikTok does or not. I feel like I'm totally shadow banned on TikTok. But I appreciate all of you for finding me. I really do. And those who look for it to stick it out with us. As we know, the road is tough for atheists on the Clock app. And I really feel like all the atheist creators are under you know, that kind of shitty scrutiny. And anything that we get reported for, they're not pushing our stuff, man. They're not pushing our stuff. It's not popular. It's not good enough. It's not cool enough for them. But welcome aboard. Anyway, you are here with me. This is the Atheist Underground. Do not play your loud radios on the train. Be respectful of the people sitting next to you on the train. No spitting and no preaching on the train. Too much ado. Good morning from Hoth, the ice planet of Hoth. What's up on Hoth, man? It does seem like Hoth here today, man, or all of this week, man. What's up, Bill Willard? Sweet, man. Thank you. Thanks for being here. A little bit of a slow start this morning, but that's all right. I don't know what's going on ever with any of this shit, if anybody's even promoting my stuff or not. Craig Pemberton 3. My viewership is or the followership is just like, you know, leveled. It goes up little by little, but you know, for a while it's like anything that I put up or any time I went live, you know, really jumped. And now suddenly it's not. It's like, come on, man. It's got to be something going on with the algorithm. But I do appreciate you being here. If you preach on the train, you get the whistle and you get kicked off. My mods might come on. I don't know if they are. I haven't seen any of them yet, but I haven't been looking at the screen that closely, so that might be here. What's up, Cindy Sue Swan? I'm a new atheist, having recently deconstructed. I appreciate your content. Thank you so much, Cindy. Appreciate you. Thanks for being here. And happy deconstructing, man. I love it. Every time I hear somebody else who's deconstructed, for me, it was just like quitting. You know, we didn't have fancy words for it. I was just like, what? As soon as I was like out from under my mother's watchful eye. And I, you know, church was like all the kids I grew up with anyway. So even at the end of my church days, it was like, yeah, all right, it was still cool to go. I didn't take any of it very seriously. It was obviously bunk, old stories for old societies. But we didn't call it deconstructing. You know, nowadays we get these fancy terms for it. It makes it seem a little more involved and intricate, which it is for people. I get that. People have really been stuck in it. Never quite stuck with me. It was like nicotine, you know. I smoked like nicotine because it was like a prop for a while, being an actor, being in college. Can I have a cigarette? You know, I never got addicted. It never, it was always just like, this is just after a while. It's like, it makes me cough. It's gross. It smells gross. It looks gross. You know, but so there's people who can't get away from it. So I feel like I got lucky there, and with religion too. It just didn't stick for me, man. A couple of feet of snow, wicked winds yesterday, and too much ado. Yeah, you guys, you're in the East Coast, right? We're getting snow, but they backed off of it again. We don't get snow like we used to. Certainly not as much as they do in New England. You guys get the nor'easters in it. And we always pretty much only get weather system coming from the west, unless they revolve around the lake and a circular lake effect kind of thing. Sometimes they'll come up from the south a little bit, but more often than not, they're just coming from the west and the northwest, and you know, they divide. They get to the urban sprawl, and it divides. I watch the weather system just divide around Kenosha a lot, and it's because of Milwaukee and Chicago, the whole thing. It just, you don't know. how that changes and microclimate changes the way the precipitate might come around the lakes like this, and we just don't get snow, and we need it. That's how I make money. Maine got 55 plus mile per hour winds. We do get that still, and it snaps trees off. Good morning, Mark Wilson. Queer as fuck. What's up, Queerly? Love you, bud. Doing pretty good. Feel pretty good today. As an evangelical preacher at a church revival woke me up. What? Like you heard it from down the road, man? The esoteric scallion. Esoteric rapscallion. I love it. Word of the day, the esoteric rapscallion. He's first in line today for best username that I've seen. Yeah, and yes, if you're here on TikTok or on YouTube, I see you. If you have a question, put it up there. I actually made separate windows today, because I'm an old guy. I'm not very handy with the old computer machine, and I finally realized that instead of just opening another tab on the one window, I can open a whole other window for the tab of YouTube and leave it up, and then I don't lose track of it while I'm reading my list and shit and going over Reddit, which there was some crazy shit on Reddit today. What do you mean esoteric rapscallion? I want to hear you. I want to hear more about that. How did an evangelical preacher at a church revival wake you up? Did they send someone to the door, or did they just like was that loud that you heard it? Everything sounds bigger, right? In kilometers. That's why we like our miles. It's too much distance around here to drive. But yeah, 88 kilometer an hour winds. That's the stuff. What's up, Squeeze? Good morning, my friend. That's a creepy avatar you got. What is that profile pic, dude? That thing's creepy, man. I haven't looked at it closely. And my eyes are bad again because I'm old. Thanks, William Phillips, for joining. Jason Adams, Steve Yerson. What's up, Seth Strauss? Jeremy Bird. Merely Mamie. Pete from Minnesota. What's up, Minnesota? Dude, you cold? Heidi Burr. The Matt Hatter. Buffalo's own sad Bills fan and Rushka. Thank you for the hat. I love it. Thanks, Queer as Fuck. The hat and the sunglasses. My favorite thing. It made me freeze up for a second. I'm like, no, don't go away. It's 39 degrees in Florida. Yeah, you guys in the South don't know what the fucking do. It gets Tennessee got some snow. North Carolina got like a little bit of snow. They closed. My kids were out of school for 4 fucking days for a half an inch of snow. Right when I grew up, a half an inch of snow wasn't like weather. That was like June. I was like, what? Half an inch? What? Down there? No. People lose their shit, man. People will put their hazards on the highway for like a little bit of snow flurries in the air, like. I'm driving through the mountains and I'm like, I fishtail a little bit. I'm like doing what I do all my whole life driving in the snow, right? On hills, out there, no. In Tennessee, Kentucky, when you get on that where they get a little bit of snow once in a while, if it snows, they lose their fucking cotton picking minds, man. I mean, but imagine putting your hazards on because it was snowing out. What is that? I kept looking around like, where's the hazard? What happened? Is there a big accident? Some oil spill? This guy's car's gonna blow up? What? Oh no, they don't do it. 6 Celsius. All right, yeah, 43 in San Francisco. Not fun times. Yeah, 43 sucks. I'd rather have it crisp and 20 than rainy and 43. Pretty sure it's still like 73 and perfect in Arizona. Yeah. It's perfect in Arizona weather-wise. Otherwise, it's a shit show of old Republican fuckbirds. I was actually in Pennsylvania yesterday. Couldn't find Dracula's house. What? What the fuck does that mean, dude? Light dusting. Yeah. Sunny and clear today, too bright outside. Nietzsche. Yeah, that's cool. When you get when you get the sun after the snow and you get snow blind. Yeah, baby. What's up, Columbus, Ohio? Shout out to you. Ohio's a fucking flatlander state full of fucking redneck idiot religions too. So thank you for living in Ohio and putting up with those dicks. Big Snoopy 187. What's up? Thanks for the follow, man. I remember you saying Jehovah's Witnesses don't have windows. Yeah, Bubba Ganoush. I remember you now. Bubba Ganoush. I love Bubba Ganoush. God, what a great fucking dish. Yeah, the whole thing about the Jehovah's Witnesses became obvious after I started looking at comments. Is they just want to build them as cheap as possible. These are cheap fuckers just trying to get a box around their fucking cult people. And some people were like, yeah, they do that to avoid vandalism. Like, really? Are people really hate the JWs that much if they're throwing bricks through windows? Does that happen a lot, man? If I'm wrong, tell me. But I'm sure it's happened here and there. I mean, everybody gets pissed sometimes. Somebody takes a brick through a window, but is it like a thing to like the Jehovah's Witness. I think they're pretty much left alone, aren't they? Nobody wants to fucking poke the hornet's nest, man. If you like throw a brick through the Jehovah's Witness window, they find out who you are, and they never stop coming to your house forever. Every fucking hour, there's somebody else. Have you heard it? Can want to read our fucking homoerotic illustration ridden pamphlet of bullshit that we put out? They can really fuck with you. But no, it's really just about the construction costs. They're trying to save money. Windows cost money. They're trying to build them in 2 days with slave labor, probably from fucking wherever they can get it, and then they move on. So unless if they buy an older building and repurpose it, it's got windows. If they're in the tropics and you can't build a fucking place without windows and people die inside, then it's got windows, But in general, they're just trying to build a box and get it done, and that's why there's no windows. It's pretty obvious, really. Everything's about money, isn't it? Isn't everything about money? Spotify. What happened with Spotify, bro? We die if it snowed in Florida. We're flatlanders. Yeah, you are. You see us swamp jumping hillbillies out there. Watch out where the huskies go. And yeah, for sure. Don't eat that yellow snow. Right? This is Frank Zappa, right? Who doesn't love Frank Zappa? Thanks for the likes, Queers. Like, tap that page if you like the likes. JW used to troll my hood. Haven't seen him. Well, it's COVID, man. That's why you haven't seen him. They're just sending notes around. And I'm like, well, why don't you just start writing these people letters instead? I left a note in there. I left a note on their card and it's come back when I was a kid, crudely drawn devil. That's classic. Stephanie Aaron. That's a great tactic. Please don't come back. The devil's already working his hood. All right, get the fuck out. My boss shut all of our shops for yesterday because of the snow. That'll happen. What kind of shops, bro? Just reminded that birds aren't real. Lindussie said Satan Nussie. Lindussie Satan Nussie. What's up? Birds have gone from like being able to foretell the future, right? That's augury, right? That's what augury is like watching birds. Imagine that being a thing. That was a big deal for like druids and whatnot, I think back in the day, and different fucking shamans from here and there. They like watch the birds and divine the future through that. Call it something, augury. One of the great long lost pseudosciences. True that. Loud temperature is okay. I'm moving back to Chicago. Yeah. Cold is greater than the Republicans. Yeah, I would say so. I'd get the fuck out. Dracula lives. What are you getting at with the Dracula in Pennsylvania? Oh, because of Transylvania, you're a chucklehead. Yeah, no. I get it. Took me a second. I remember saying, yeah, I saw that one. You go to Pennsylvania a lot. You're not that far, really, are you? You can go to Erie and do some shit. Matt. Woo. There we go. Hello from Iowa, home of a ton of new bigoted bills proposed. Sad and embarrassing. Yeah, well, there you go, man. The Republicans around the place are mobilizing. Heather Mack is with us. Thanks. What did Doc Holliday do? I didn't see that. My girl Heather Mack 44. Follow her on TikTok if you haven't already. Thank you for being a moderator, and Matt's moderator too. I forgot. Do you believe in universal truths like logic? I don't know, because the truths, you say things like that, and then something comes along to change the truth. I believe in mountains of evidence that transcend opinion. I think there are I think there are certain things that we need to bank on as universal truths. When enough evidence is in and enough experts agree, until something else comes along. That's the brilliant thing about science. Thanks, Coach Wallace. That's a nice deep question. That's what we're looking for. Shit like that. We can talk about universal truths like logic. You like to think that, but the thing about logic is you look at it and it doesn't ever work out the way you think it is, because people will interpret logic just like they interpret evidence in a different way. And that's why every philosophy is different. All these philosophers that use logic. So if logic is a universal truth, how is there not one universal philosophy? Because all these philosophers use logic according to them. I'm not educated. People take me to task for my lack of knowledge in this area, but it seems logical that if there was one logic, then every philosopher who uses that one logic would come to the same logical conclusion. But no, so logic itself is open to the either outright ignorance of the definition, or bending, or suiting your needs, whatever, confirmation bias. I don't know, but I don't know. I tend to think that there's probably some universal truths. I'd be hard pressed to actually put my finger on one right now for you, but that's cool. I like that topic, man. Yes, I did watch Don't Look Up. I fucking loved it. I'm just kind of weirded out about why it got such shitty reviews. I mean, it's obvious leftist pandering, which is okay with me. That's what the left has, right? The left has that to fight back with. Or the right has their lies and their willingness to break the law, and they don't care about being creeps to people, and they don't give a fuck about humanity, and they just you know torpedoes be damned, and straight ahead. They don't give a fuck. And the weak-kneed liberals cry, yeah, just shut him up instead of just fighting back, right? Just take a fucking page out of their book and fight the fuck back, man. This is what the left has to fight back with. Hollywood and the media, right? We spin, we fucking, or they, I'm left, but I'm not really a liberal. I don't like that cancel culture shit. Somebody else brought that shit up today too. I mean, these guys might be assholes, but you can't pretend that they don't have the same rights you do to be a whiner. But I loved it. I love J Law. I don't know where she's been. God, I think she's gorgeous. And she was cute, a little old for the part maybe, but what are you gonna do? I mean, the star-studded cast. Ron Perlman stole the fucking show with his two scenes. Everything. Why don't you talk about the Indians? Why don't you Indians get together? Both kinds, the kind with elephants and the kind with bow and arrows. It was a real anti-PC kind of. He was played, kind of a warmongering general type. Not to give too many spoilers out, but that's my kind of humor, my friend. That shit was funny, and the whole fucking calling out of science denial, which is such a fucking ridiculous fucking thing, and something that's on my mind today. And I'll get to looking at this story in a minute if I can catch up with the comments a little bit. So bear with me while I scroll back. I'm a little bit slow with this, I know. All right, I pretty much saw all those. I haven't seen JW since you were like 10. Wow, well, they're still out there doing everything. Marine supplies. Oh, okay. I grew up in Scandinavia. Not once was the schools closed to do weather. I can believe that. Scandinavia's like, what? Put your snowshoe on and get to school. They cancel They cancel school in Norway when it gets too hot. They're like, whoo, 75. Yeah, you like drive by the lake a lot on the way to PA, right? It's pretty. Yeah, I mean, the corner of PA, Matt, is one of those when you're on I-90 if you follow I-90, right? And there's a piece of the highway where you could see the corner of Lake Erie when you're in Erie, Pennsylvania, in that area. And it's one of those places where you're able to give yourself a reference point to your standing on the whole planet. It blows my mind. The Chicago sky always like that. I mean, there's different things. The Grand Canyon when you stand on the edge. You can picture your place on the globe because of what you can see, and it's just it gets to me. I love it. I really dig that feeling, and that's one of those places to me. Capital T truth for these. I'm going backwards, so I don't. Hi from Germany, Bob's Photo Blog. What's up, man? Wie geht's, mein Freund? Was hast gemacht? Nichts gut. Hello from Ramstein. Ramstein, Deutschland. Crossing the Knights Templar. Guten Tag, mein Freund. Willkommen. Just passing through. Thanks, Virgo Sauce. Appreciate you, and bye. Oh, you're probably already gone. Have you seen Minnie Mouse's new outfit? Why? She got her titties out? Why? No, I haven't seen Minnie Mouse's new outfit. I never could stand Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse. I'm not a, Disney cartoons. As far as like those characters, they don't even compare to Warner Brothers. They don't. They just Mickey Mouse. Yeah, shut the fuck up. If the comments on Fox, wow, about Minnie's offer to go out. Oh my God, I might have to look at that. Thanks, Stephanie. Trump is going to pardon the Antifa for January 6th. Apparently, Trump. What is he? Doesn't have the pardon of power. Shit, is that what he says? It's like is a staged event. He's going to pardon. Oh, there it is. Oh man, the first troll I've had in probably 3 weeks. Maria Elena Raptis. No preaching on the train. There's religion for you. Jesus is the way. You guys reading this? Jesus loves you. Jesus loves fish. Thanks for the follow, Gay Gunsmoke. Gay Gunsmoke 3. What did Prince Abton do? Thanks for muting the trolls, you guys. I love it. Pantsuit. I asked a lion in my warder what he was doing there. He said it was Narnia. That's nice, as long as he's not getting shit dirty. All right, lion, take care of your business. It's none of my business. I like that. Mickey Mouse has a temporary pantsuit. Oh, Minnie Mouse has a temporary pantsuit. Why does a pantsuit piss off the right? I don't get it. Why does Bill Willard need a speedy recovery? Did I miss something here, you guys? Capital T Truth. For these, what's your justification? For these certain things that are universal, what's your justification for having access to it? I don't know. Did I give you the impression that I knew how to access it, or that I really could name one universal truth? Coach Wallace, thanks. I don't really have any thoughts on that. Maybe there isn't any. I'm certainly not going to tell you you're wrong, man. I'm trying to figure out what. Oh, thank you, Virgo. Yeah, I got purple done. I already scratched up because I didn't get the gel. So, but that was on purpose. So I don't need to go through that again. That was, man, that shit lasted. Wow. Still scrolling back through, trying to figure out. Pendulum swings. Think the hard right and the religious nuts will get shelved for a while. Yeah, it does swing. We can see that. It goes like this, and each time it swings further. Right? Have you noticed that? That's been my observation throughout my sentient life, watching the political thing. It went from Reagan and Bush, riding on Reagan's rave, right, and on his coattails, and then it went left to Clinton, and then went even further right to W. Bush, and then the left overreacted and went further left to Obama, and then it went super crazy right to Trump. So that's the hope. I don't have any problem with that, because it eventually that's why we have Congress. Everybody ends up having to compromise. But I think that Americans love to give the underdog a chance. They love to give another guy a chance, and give a new guy a chance. There's one thing I could say about the voting public, even people I don't agree with, even people I generally look down upon. Even those people will root for the underdog, and will be like, what, this one guy's had his chance. Let's let the other guy go and do his thing. And it's weird, but I would not be surprised. We're on the way to a president like AOC, or a younger version of Bernie, ancient Sanders. That's going to happen. The young people aren't interested in bigotry and the conservative values that they can clearly define for themselves as hypocritical at best, and anachronistic, harmful, outdated, ridiculous at worst. So I don't think we have anything to worry about. It might stay conservative for a while, but in the end, it's going to go wow, wow, wow. It's going to keep wanging back and forth. And I think that's just the nature of the beast. The Jesus fish is about a lady's place. The Jesus fish is about a lady's place down there. The Jesus fish is all about the good thing, my friends. Is that what you're trying to say? My friend who's bald, he still carries a comb with him. He just can't. I like that. That bloke is here. He's got jokes, people. My friend who's bald still carries a comb with him. He just can't part with it. Very clever. Where did you hear that? Carlin, can God make a rock so big he can't lift it? Is that Carlin? Did he say that first? People. Someone say something about me. No, people were wishing you a speedy recovery, but I missed what was wrong with you, man. You got the creeping crud. You got the jungle rot. You got the what? What do you got? No, I hope you're okay, buddy. If you're, I was just trying to figure out what I need to give you good wishes for, so that I didn't miss out. It's the Atheist Brunch. You guys bring brunch. I got a got a little blueberry yogurt with me. Product placement. I love these little bitches at the Woodman's. I always buy the full fat ones. I don't bother with the low fat yogurt, man. There's something about that aspartame. I think I've got a little allergy, man. But I feel like good old fashioned sugar is better for you than half of that shit they try to replace it with. I don't know about y'all. Where's my girl, the cat lady, this week? Man, she grumpy with me. Do something. Choo Choo Charlie was an engineer, spreading candy far and near. Do you guys remember the song? I don't remember the rest. Currently homeless, but I had a sip of Maker's Mark for brunch. What? Currently homeless, but you had a sip of Maker's Mark for brunch. I'm sorry you're homeless. Are you being serious, Stephanie? That's no good. Do you think Latino Catholic and Black Baptists vote red because of abortion. I think there's other reasons that Latinos, people that would discount the lure of the pull yourself up by your bootstraps conservative mentality, make your own fortune, make your own luck. A lot of immigrants really buy into that ethos. They don't want to feel like they've been given a handout by a democratic tax and spend government. They want to work hard and keep the money that they have. They respect the Latino population in Florida, especially, was where the Democrats fucked up there, really just assuming that all Latino people were going to be Democrats. They didn't pay any attention to them. They overwhelmingly went for Trump, and I can see why. I can see why if you look at the phenomenon, it's not surprising. I think that it's easy to get a message like that across to people like that, the left needs to do a better job if they want to curry favor with that audience. They can do better than they did last time. Black Baptists, I don't know. Do Black Baptists, did they really double down on abortion? I got a feeling that, like, I don't know. I don't know if they're not or not. I can look into that and see if I'm not sure. All those people are in a position to need that service and understand the need there than Catholics who are just like, blind faith against it because of doctrine and have no pragmatic ability to get it. What's up, Kev? My guy's here. Kevin Rubix. Oh, you got COVID. Sorry, bud. You had all 3 shots before you got COVID, and then or you got all 3 shots after you got COVID, but you still got COVID if you were vaccinated. That's shitty. Not crazy cat lady is aboard. What's going on in Denmark today? Must have been what was going on? It must have been a street fair or something to drag you away from my live today. I know it's already evening, right? If it's 11 here, it's what 6 o'clock there. So yeah, a little dinner. Love my good and Pluto really rings the bell. Theodosia Goodman. I remember those commercials when I was a kid, when I was staying at my grandma's on days when there was no school and shit like that, and watching the commercials. I always hated that candy, though. I'm not a licorice guy, I gotta be honest with you. The bootstraps phrase actually was originally used to refer to an impossible task. Yeah, lift yourself up by your bootstraps, right? You can't do it. You fall on your fucking face, and then you end up being, all busted up and bloody, man. No one wants that. You're working on it? All right. Oh, okay. All right. What's up, Gustavo? ¿Cómo está, mi amigo? All our friends are joining. Well, better late than never, my friend. Oh, yeah, the Democrats getting tied to communism also hurt them in Florida. That's the thing. Nobody wants Cuba's poisoned those waters for a lot of people who ran away from that. But that's, again, it's so stupid. I mean, there's no Democrat in Congress who is anything but a ridiculous capitalist like the rest of those assholes. The idea that the Democrats are anything close to communists because they favor a few social programs here and there, because they understand that you got to take care of the downtrodden and the unfortunate in society, or they will rise up and take what the fuck they want. You need a social welfare net. You really do. If people think you can get away from that, are crazy. I was going through some of my toys. I got an 8-ball. Got a magic 8-ball. You guys like the magic 8-ball? I'm talking about a worthy superstition. If you got a question, I'll try to answer it for you with the 8-ball, maybe, if you want. Yeah, it works. Let's see. Will Jesus come back anytime soon? You may rely on it. Oh no! The 8-ball says Jesus is coming back. Man. Proof positive. Let me see. Is Jesus coming back in my lifetime? As I see it, yes. Ooh, we're getting down there. Are you full of shit? Outlook not so good. Wow. Jesus 3, atheism 0 with the 8-ball today. Wow. Let me see. Is Jesus Lord and Savior? It is decidedly so. Wow. We're really getting some fucking, this is starting to get creepy, right? Maybe I might have to convert before this is over. Let me see. Is God omnipotent? Don't count on it. Then we finally got one here. Statistics, right? Sooner or later, it's like, oh, let me see. Is Jesus the Son of God? Concentrate and ask again. Yeah, all right. Waffling. Is Jesus the Son of God, bitch? Signs point to yes. All right. I guess we're all the son of God, though. Is God even real? Outlook good. Wow. Wow. God's up there working the 8 ball here. You guys killing me today. Ask again later. I didn't even ask a question. Well, I better give that shit up. Holy crap, man. What's up, Godless Kansan? Abortion is in general a popular policy. Does poll well. Everybody seems to have an opinion. Lyle, we gonna watch you convert? Yeah, because of the magic 8 ball. Yeah. Don't talk to the 8 ball on the Sabbath. Thanks, Emily. 8 ball fucked me up today, man. I'm gonna smash that bitch. Imagine that lifelong atheist. I get the 8 ball and convert me. Whoa. I'm too old to care about abortion. That's the thing. It's a personal thing, and nobody. It doesn't. You don't have to be old to not care about it. If you don't want one, don't get one. What the fuck? Don't act like people are getting forced into having abortions. Maine has gotten too expensive to live here. Lobstermen cannot live near the water. Yeah, that's bad. Again, capitalism, gentrification. I remember when Maine, Christ Almighty, probably could have got a hut still on the beach in Maine, and now I'm sure it's all right. It's all vacation homes, and rich people buying their houses and retiring there. And anywhere near the water is going to be. I keep telling these people who live here on Lake Michigan, basically the largest expanse of fresh water on the planet. Way in the future when water is worth more than gas, the people who live on Lake Michigan are going to be zillionaires. I mean, you can't do any better in my mind right now to buy on Lake Michigan here in between Milwaukee and Chicago, where it's not terribly crazy yet, and there's still room, and just leave it in your family. And it might not turn around in your lifetime, but sooner or later, that real estate's going to be worth $1 zillion a foot. Period. Yes, the 8 ball has spoken. We got to stop what we're doing and go to church, my friend. Yeah, the 8 ball does respond better than a God. There's more evidence for whatever spirit is in the 8 ball. It actually does answer better than God. Capitalism is good. Look at the Orange Messiah. What's up, man? Is that a Trump reference? The Orange Messiah? Donald Trump. I got to give you one for that, my bud. Trying to stay hydrated. I got the. I have to take this shirt off. I got the heater up in this office here. God is real, but he biased. He only likes specific people. Yeah, that guy's a dick. Florida is mostly Cuban, and they are predominantly Republicans. Yeah. Here we go. Thank you, Gustavo, for confirming that. I don't know if Florida is mostly Cuban, but the Latino population of Florida is mostly Cuban. One day, maybe Florida will be mostly Cuban. Couldn't do much worse, right, than the fucking fuckwits and boobs who run that place now, man. I say give it up, man. Let a bunch of Cubans take over Florida, man. I'd rather go to Florida if it was full of Cubans than it's full of these fucking redneck, flatlanders, swamp-living, Republican, anti-vax pieces of shit. No Cubans in your Florida? I bet. Yeah, you're in one of those parts. You ain't got nothing but Florida man, right? That's what you got. You guys been clicking Ozark? I finally was watching some other guys. What's up, water drinker person? I'm here with water for you. Atheist train guy. Yeah, what's up? Did you feel like Bill Willard? Did you feel like the shot vaccines lessened your symptoms and the effects? You can't stay connected, Godless Kansan. I'm sorry. It was good to see you, man. I haven't seen you in a while. Thanks for being here, bud. Saying we need to support our citizens equals communism to the right. Yeah, anything. And one more social program is communism. People are just stupid, man. I mean, that's what they count on. The Republican counts on people staying stupid. They count on having a fucking voting block of people who didn't bother learning shit in school or didn't have access to a school where they bothered to teach them shit. They get lied to about the nature of the nation, the nature of its founding, everything. They get lied to, not educated. And then the Republicans can keep them doing whatever they want. They can use their fucking minimal brains to fucking fool the people with no brains at all. Republicans are way better at messaging. It's because they don't pull any punches. They just go for it, and their constituency is idiots. The Democrats can't pull the wool over people's eyes by just making blanket statements like the Republicans seem to do and get them to stick, like Democrats equal communism. I think we need to fix the social programs we have before discussing new ones. See, I think that's and I'm not disagreeing necessarily, but I think the issue is that fixing the programs we have that's liberalism. To be left, and really care about change, you have to embrace completely changing the system. They're broken. They don't need fixed. All that does is cost money, and prop up a you know an ailing structure. They need to be torn down and started over. And we need a rosary now that the ape has spoken. Pass them around, Emily Clark. Thank you. Wait, what? That's where you're moving. Well, at least capitalism allows billionaires to have an extra yacht. Yeah, that creates some jobs for a couple of people, I guess. I'm from Gurnee, aiming for Waukegan or that area again. Are you? Waukegan? Come on, you can do better than that. If you're gonna go to Waukegan, come here and be near me in Kenosha. Waukegan's a cesspit and the butthole, a boil on the ass of life. Waukegan. I'm teasing. If you're from Waukegan, great. I hope you love your town. Jack Benny couldn't wait to get the fuck out of Waukegan. He's one of those people like, bye. That was how Orson Welles was. I'm talking up Kenosha. Orson Welles was born in Kenosha and described it as a dismal, gray, cloudy industrial town, something like that in the Midwest. He's like, couldn't wait to fucking put the fucking place in his rearview mirror. But yeah, Waukegan, ooh, yikes, dude. What are my thoughts on the Satanic Temple? Love those dudes, man. Love what they're doing. Love it. Love it. No, genius effort. They found a gimmick that works. You know, atheists don't have that. It makes me jealous. I picked my my lane, so I'm going to stay in it. But Satanism is just atheism with a gimmick, and their gimmick is to use Christian entitlement against them. You know, by forcing their hand and getting permission. You know, or getting the courts to decide in their favor when it comes to religious freedom. If a Christian's going to have a Ten Commandments thing up, then the Satanists can have their Baphomet statue or whatever they want. They're programming school to counter the Christian indoctrination program that the school has allowed to rent space. Then these guys rent the Satan Club, and they did that somewhere recently. I want to say in the Southwest with alacrity, my friend. So yeah, I love those guys, man. They're doing great work. What's your thoughts on Bitcoin? I don't know anything about Bitcoin. I'm too old. I don't have any money, so I don't know. I wish I did. Sorry about that. If they tear down Social Security, they're not going to tear down that, but a lot of other shit. Waukegan, there's people here I know who just like what they know is the welfare system, and so they teach their kids how to abuse the welfare system. I know people on a disability who are perfectly able to work. That's how their parents got through life, and that's how they understand how to manipulate the system, and they just take advantage of it. That shit's real. It's not funny. It's a fucking waste of taxpayers' money. It's not those people aren't entitled to take things that they don't qualify for. There needs to be real accountability in the system, and there's not right now. It's disgusting. I'm not fucking I'm not in favor of just handing out money and overtaxing people and paying committees to investigate a problem when really a whole new solution might serve us better. Do you love Southern Baptist? No. What are you talking about? I love everybody, but I hate Southern Baptism. What are you talking about? Yeah, no, there's that. There's nice parts of Waukegan. I get it. I see what you're saying, 70. Did Kenosha blow up with the Rittenhouse stuff? No. I mean, most people in Kenosha, I think, are basically on his side. I think most of the establishment here, unfortunately, is not. And he didn't kill any black people. You know what I mean? If he'd have shot black people up and he'd gotten off like that, there'd be hell to pay. But he's lucky he didn't get his own pudgy, mediocre face shot off. The people in Kenosha were, there's plenty of, little protests and plenty of news out here. But when it went down, there wasn't any real unrest. It's not. I like Kenosha actually. I'm, kind of fallen in love with it. It is cute. And a lot of it has really done a nice job restoring the downtown from Orson Welles' time when it really was just dirty factories belching spew into the sky and dirtying the lake with its runoff and crap and its poison. But they've really fixed it up. Not necessarily what, Kev? I didn't see it. World War III will start real soon. I don't think that's going to happen. I worry more about a civil war here. But thanks, Stephen HL here, 32. Stephen HL, who has no soul. What's up, Stephen HL? You know what? If you ain't Dutch, you ain't much. Uh, but yeah, I was looking at Reddit this morning and saw right away a story about anti-vaxxers who are willing to die rather than get vaccines in order to get the organ transplant that they need. Two big stories this week about Americans on organ donor lists willing to die rather than being vaccinated should alarm us. I just read the second story this week about someone who needed an organ but was denied because they refused to be vaccinated. Obviously, people who receive a donated organ must agree to multiple medical protocols, including vaccinations, but suddenly people would rather die. Literally, the evangelical disbelief in science has become mainstream. This extremism is terrifying to me. We are one step away from Americans flying planes into towers. This is exactly why we are here. This is exactly why we do what we do. This dude is spot on cherry bounce on Reddit's subreddit atheism, and he links a couple of stories to people who are, and this is absolutely true. The denial of science is a fucking it's going to be the death of us, and literally, and we're seeing it. I'm not that worried about um, religion needing to go away altogether. But the idea that religion is regressive to the point where it's denying science is absurd. Religion has to evolve to accept what we know is true from our observation. There's no reason that you still can't believe in Jesus and God if that's really what comforts you. If you need that crutch and if you really really love it so much that you don't want to let it go, you don't need to. It doesn't mean that it's not true because a vaccine is real and virology is real and it helps abate the horrible symptoms of an ugly disease. It's bizarre to me. And somebody commented on one of my I had to block somebody on my fucking channel because they found me and went through all my videos, and literally I made one comment on every video. So I look up and this one person has all the comments in a row for like 20 comments, and each one was just disparaging, right? It was like a joke, right? This was like a person with no viewers and no likes and no content is going to come on and like tell me that my content's dumb and it's not funny and it's not interesting. It's like, yes, sorry, not to brag, but why the fuck would I even pay one fucking bit of attention to a fucking troll like you? Like, you're dumb. You're the worst. This is not funny. This is the stupidest thing ever. Every post is like that. So I'm like, and then they made like some reference to me being racist because they said Asians are smarter than Americans or whatever. If that makes me racist, then call me racist, man, because I'll go to fucking bat with that one every fucking time, man. Who can argue with it? Go down to the local high school in any town that's got people in it that aren't just white and look at the valedictorian on white and tell me it's not a Thai kid, an Indian kid, a Chinese kid. Give me a fucking break. So I blocked them because I'm like, this is a person who's going to be like, so eventually going to report me. So I just didn't want to deal with it. But her name was Polywana, like a fucking parrot. You guys know Polywana? Is that too old of a like vaudeville style? Polywana cracker, because people still know what that is. The parrot thing. And I thought to myself, what a great username for a fucking idiot parrot person who just repeats whatever they hear. Jesus says, Bible says, oh, society's going downhill. Oh, you have a religion too. Scientism. This bitch told me I was a scientist in terms of a religion. I'm a scientist, so I'm into scientism. You have a religion too, scientism. As soon as the word scientism comes out of your mouth, your opinion is invalidated in my mind. You're an idiot, all right? This is just typical of the problem that we were just talking about on the fucking Reddit thing. That girl's gonna get a video. Polywana, you got a video coming for that stupidest comment I've read. You have a religion. It's called scientism. Rittenhouse story has not played out fully. He was safer in prison. Yeah, maybe. I think you're probably right about that. Yeah, Polly was a good friend of mine. She was so rude. Queer as fuck. Two top of my class, mostly German white girl, and a born Colombian, both dear friends. That's awesome, Stephanie. Can't we just God created science and believe in that too? That's the thing. When I was religious, nobody denied anything about science. Nothing. We knew that Genesis was a metaphor, and it's okay. Our religion was okay with Genesis being a metaphor. That's the nature of religion and mythology. It works on metaphors, allegories, stories, fables, tales, legends. Come on. What the fuck? What kind of fucking half-wit do you have to be alive in 2021 and not understand the evolution of the spoken tradition within a society? Somebody else was like, hey, here it is. The story of Adam and Eve sounds like a metaphorical story made to discourage Christians from seeking the truth about religion. Well, maybe that might be true, except that Adam and Eve is not was not made up for Christians. It was made up for Jews. What the fuck is wrong with people? This is, but this is what we got for critical thinking in America. I mean, come on. She's not wrong, about, the idea that that's a metaphor for seeking the truth. It's like stay innocent. Don't become godlike. Don't eat of the fruit of the tree of knowledge, and you will become aware. You become aware of yourselves being nude. You'll have shame. You will know the things that God knows. That's the whole fucking warning of the story is a warning against hubris. It doesn't translate to modern ears because we know too much to let the imagery of that story really really touch us, and that's not everybody. Obviously there's a bunch of people who think it's real, so obviously some people are still touched by it, but they don't understand it. It's just, I don't know, it's like living in a world of stupid people. It really is. People are so stupid. I love people, and they're all so stupid. Sunday school parrot is my new obsession. We should do that. She's gonna get a video, believe me. I'll do my parrot on a video for that freaking half-wit. God, our valedictorian was Mexican. A huevo, a huevo. Los mexicanos son chingones, güey. No mames, ¿qué piensas? ¿Con quién crees que andas? No mames. Claro que sí. Un paisano, un mexicano. Christians judge gays because they think they are mentally ill, but they don't judge others mentally. People, funny, the people who believe in a fake being in the sky and believe a myth that was written 3,500 years ago is true are talking about anybody being mentally ill. Give me a fucking break, man. Any person who believes the old myths and then points a finger calling people mentally ill needs to be taken out back behind the woodshed, right? I'll do the damage myself with the fucking whistle, right? What the fuck, man? That's just fucking people. You're mentally ill. My invisible friend says so. Be smart. Don't do science. Just have shit for brains. Yeah, don't be smart. Don't do science. Just have shit for brains. Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, that's how they think. Don't be smart. Don't do science. Just live your life with shit for brains, man. Way to be so concise. I had to work with that one. It's like believing Cinderella and worshiping. And then that would have been better if Cinderella was real. She must be much much more worth worshiping as a gorgeous female of the species. I love women. Don't you love women? Who doesn't love women? Who here doesn't love women? I'll give them one right in the fucking forehead. But yeah, Cinderella was real. I could see worshiping her before worshiping the fucking evil, genocidal, weird, perverted, voyeuristic, homophobic freak of a Old Testament god. Give me a break. Let me worship Cinderella. I'll get in line. I honestly believe the Bible is just a storybook. A Mexican, not a Mexican. Yes, a huevo, a Mexican, not a Mexican. Cinderella is so compassionate and kind, and don't forget, fine to look at. Let's not dismiss her beauty. And I honestly believe the Bible is just a storybook, and we took it too literal. We took it. Some people took it too literal. That's the issue. Of course, it was just a storybook. John Lennon, you have to hate most people to be a true humanitarian, I suppose. I don't know what that really means. John Lennon, people get down. Lennon was a wife beater. I don't know, maybe. I don't know, because I don't really. Yoko didn't look like she was too beat up. I think probably he, when he was younger, made some mistakes. I don't know. I never read anything about that. Did he beat up Cynthia? Did he abuse them a little when he was younger? I don't know. He was an asshole. A lot of geniuses are, but yeah, he's got a few quotes that are pretty fucking pretty real. Bill Maher made a movie or a series. Yeah, Religious, Bill Maher's movie about religion. Yeah, watch it if you haven't seen that. Most conservatives are Christians, so they can support bigotry. Yeah, it's like a sacrament for them, right? Thou shalt commit bigotry. Thou shalt with all thy heart be bigoted in the name of thy Lord. Yeah, I can hide in Antioch. You guys been to Antioch? Sad thing is Antioch's a cute town. Religious as fuck, hence the name. There's a highway in northern Illinois, just a few miles from here, and it goes from Zion to Antioch, Hebron, right? Three biblical names, down the road, founded by the same biblical freak ass cult back in the day. Hey, oh my God, your channel blew up. Sorry, I couldn't be on your lives much. I still watch all your vids. So thanks, Jack is messy. Oh, you mean since you've been around, it blew up? Yeah, no, it's we're very grateful to all our great listeners. Love all you people so much. Thank you so much for making the channel a success. It's been a blast. It really has. And I'm getting busier. I was in here this morning I'm going to fire Hinduism later. I'll have the video out later. I wanted to get it done this morning before I went live, but that wasn't going to happen. I was up early getting my shit together too, but still, so those ones are tough. They're not that easy to do. But that'll probably be the next video out when I fire Hinduism. And I want to give people, if you come across a video and it's the first one you've seen of the Human Resources Department of Planet Earth firing religions, then shut the fuck up until you watch the other ones. I don't want to hear one comment about how I'm getting down on Hindus. When are you going to fire Christians? When are you going to fire them? They're already fired, bitches! Already fired! Look at the videos before you open your mouth. I already say that right now. I'll put that on a pinned note too, because every one I've done, and there's only been two, they're both like, what about Islam? Why don't you scroll down the vids and look and see if there is a before you mouth off, man? Again, people so stupid. Are you so stupid? You guys like Young Thug, man? I've been listening to Young Thug lately, man. That song grabbed me. My girlfriend made me watch a goofy reality show that he was on, and he's really, really fast. And what a great fucking artist. I'm just new at it, but I put his shit on the box the other day, and I was very impressed. Young Thug, of people, if you don't know who that is. Just saw the episode of Game of Thrones with a Sept. That's what squeeze. A big one for my girl Cersei, who we hated so much, and then we ended up having to have some sympathy for when she was like shackled by a fucking religious fundamentalist group of zealot freak ass fuckers, and she blew those bitches the fuck up. That's a great scene, man. That's a great scene. I felt bad for Natalie Dormer, but you know what? She agreed to marry the shitbird Tommen, right? The wimp king, right? But Natalie Dormer, sexy actress. But she blowed up the fuck good, man. She knew it was coming. She's like, she gave that look, and then her dad's like, and then the high priest, Jonathan Pryce, great actor, Jonathan Pryce, man. Which he's just like, woof. The whole sept went up in orange or green flames. According to the Bible, did Lucifer help humans turn themselves from mindless animals to thinking humans? Yeah, I mean, if you're going to call the snake Lucifer, that whole thing about Lucifer, I'm not the right guy to get in an argument, but Satan and Lucifer aren't necessarily the same thing in the Bible. There's different interpretations. I think, maybe Lucifer is the wrong word to use there, but yeah, the snake in the Bible absolutely helped. And it's a Prometheus figure, right? It was like, you're going to give the humans fire against the will of the gods. You're that guy. You're a Titan. You're going to go like, you know what? I like these guys. Eve, I'm carrying a torch for this one. They deserve to know. You know what? They deserve to know. This is dumb. God's just keeping shit from them that doesn't deserve to be kept from them. Eat the fucking fruit. It's tasty as shit, man. Do you remember the character Goliath in the Bible? Of course, Goliath, Davy and Goliath, the little dog, right? Well, Davy. You guys remember Christian show, right? When we were kids, the claymation, Davy and Goliath, man. We love that shit, man. And even then, even when I bought the message, I thought it was heavy. I'm like, why is this cartoon always coming around to like some religious message at the end? It made me squeamish, even as a believer when I was 7. But we all watched it. It was what was on Sunday morning. Davy and Sally. Was it Sally, his little sister, right? And that dog, I'll never forget that dog. Well, Davy. But yeah, I remember Goliath. They killed that dog in the Bible, right? He was in the Bible and he's supposed to be a giant, right? And David killed him, So here they are, Davy and Goliath. How is that? I don't know. Is that an appropriate name for a man and his dog? I don't know. God is dead goes over things like that. I'm like, what? Have you watched that, Kev? With Kevin Sorbo? Kevin Sorbet, the fucking the 70s called. They want their hair back, Kevin Sorbet. Do you know that Lucifer? That's what I'm talking about. I mean, these guys are like, Lucifer, I don't give a fuck. Honestly, it's all bullshit. It's not my fucking bit. Not my road to hoe. I just want religion out of fucking government and out of my schools and away from my fucking kids and out of society sooner or later altogether. I don't give a fuck who Lucifer was supposed to be. It's interesting once in a while for a conversation, but, life is short to be bothering with, who fucking ancient people thought mythical figures were, Good Christ. Yeah, Sorbo's an idiot. I found out that Ricky Schroeder, you guys remember that shitbird? He paid a bunch of money to Kyle Rittenhouse for his lawyership and defense, man. New fucking disrespect for fucking Ricky Schroeder. Here's one for you, Ricky Schroeder. Fuck you, you silver spoons, piece of shit, fucking blockheaded, kind of head like a fucking cinder block, square idiot, right wing freak ass, giving money to the, the mama's boy murderer, the murderous mama's boy from Antioch, Kyle Shittenhouse. Yeah, Ricky Schroeder. What a creep. Glad he's not. I don't see him in anything anymore. You know, we saw last thing I saw him was NYPD Blue, right? He was like the last of the partners, right? Sipowicz kept going through partners, one on one, quit, die, shot, quit, die. He was either the last or the second last. I can't remember. What a great show that was. You guys love NYPD Blue? What a great show. Talk about the show that's ahead of its time. Show that had the balls to have a cop show and somebody actually said the word bullshit in it. Because there's no law against it. You guys know that, right? In America, there's no law against it. It's an agreement made by, you know, the networks that they won't go there with those words. There's no law, and if the FCC will generally allow it if it really seems integral to the drama, which it always will. You got a hardened cops in Chicago, and they're going to say crap, they say bull crap instead of shit. You know, these people swear all the time. It just doesn't ring true as dialogue when shit is written like that. Yeah, they sure are treating Rittenhouse as a celebrity, but you know, karma's a bitch. You know, he's like the guy said. I don't really believe in karma, but like the guy said, he's probably safer in jail. He's out there and doing this crap in public. Someone's probably gonna sooner or later fucking. If I was a member of one of the family, one of the people he killed, I can't say what I might do. You know, especially if you're like, you know, whatever, you're old, you don't have a lot to lose. You know, yeah, Rittenhouse. I don't know. I would have used some of the newfound money to have bodyguards if I was him. Christians are so narcissistic and think their religion is the true religion and have the real God. Yeah, well, that's because they've had so much success. I mean, there's a reason this is a self-justifying success of a religion like that has managed to take over the entire West, you know, effectively. They assume that God is sanctioning their success. You know, okay, well, what's it say about Islam? It's growing, while Christianity is going down. Does that mean Allah is more powerful? Or is it the same God and we need to start worshiping in a different way? You know what I mean? And you get with the Islamic program of submission, that great fucking program of just give it up, just fucking no, just admit that you're the property of this God and he can use you for his will and his means. So demeaning, so dehumanizing, so fucking such an obvious abusive relationship that Allah has with his subjects when all he demands is allegiance, loyalty, praise, worship, and submission. You know what I mean? It's the opposite of freedom. It's unsanctionable to the logical mind. But you know, religion's not about logic, is it? But you know, so which is it, man? You know, if how come Christianity is not the biggest religion and keep on taking over if theirs is the right one? You know, why is it going down and Islam going up? Because it's pretty demonstrably not true. You know, just like all religions. I'm surprised about conservative Christians that don't want free healthcare. Yeah, but again, you know, the people who need those programs most are the ones who are voting against it. It's always the way it's been. It's always the way it will be. They don't really realize there's so many more poor white people in the country at large than there are poor urban people of color. That I don't, maybe I'm wrong, but the statistics aren't even close. The money spent on social programs for poor people in places like Texas, Arkansas, Tennessee, West Virginia, the white people that are dirt poor that need those services are the ones who are being used to vote against those services. So again, but that's the quality of mind that they've been bequeathed by our education system, which has let them down. I really don't. It's hard for me to blame those people. And most of you meet them one on one, and they're good people. They'll, you know, you're white. Obviously, you walk up to them and you're white, and they're good. They're good to you. But you know, most of my experience, most of those people are friendly, you know, loving, kind, you know, they just they don't understand the hurt that they're doing. But, you know, and very, very few of them are actually actively haters of anybody, really. That's just, they're walking around like indoctrinated robots. They don't really have any means to question what they're doing. It's a sad cycle. Poor people voting GOP is like chickens voting for Colonel Sanders. My favorite, Bill Willard. It's a good one. My favorite political cartoon was Bush at a rally, a MAGA rally, and all the people in the it wasn't Bush, it was a metaphor, obviously, but all the people in the crowd have like red hats that said slugs for salt, right? And they're all slugs, and they're voting for salt. I don't know who Avante Moffat is. Thank you, but I'm gonna decline. No shade. If I don't know you, I'm not gonna accept a random invitation to go live on my lives. If I do know you and you want to go live, please do. If I get some of my people come around, any of you, if you got 1,000 viewers and you want to jump on here and I know your name and we know who we are, I'll accept that. But yeah, I can't just go there with that. People randomly asking me to go live, so thanks, but no thanks. What are they talking? Oh yeah, the cartoon. It was a salt that was running for office, like a shaker of salt. It's like yes, and all the rally signs are like slugs for salt, slugs for salt, slugs for salt. It's exactly what it is. It's the same fucking thing. My man out here looking like a train. What's up? No, train engineer. Thanks, Swift Ninja. The conductor hat's over here, as I like to show off. The other hat is the conductor hat. It goes like this. God that fears knowledge is no God of mine. Thanks, Boomer, you for being here. You still there, Boomer? I appreciate you, man. I haven't looked over in a few minutes. So sorry if that's an old comment, but yeah, that's it. This is the conductor hat. The conductor got, like a blue collared shirt and a little jacket, like a blue jacket. He goes around, he's the guy who's like, oh my on this, and then he takes your coins and goes, so this is the conductor hat. But it doesn't feel that good, so I like this. The engineer's hat. Goes better. Yeah. I grew up in a poor household, no money. Parents will defend it with their life. Yeah, of course they would. They basically do, right? How longer and healthier and more fulfilled could any of these people be if they just embraced what was better for them? Do I think Jesus is going to come back? 8-Ball does, and that's really all that matters. We asked the 8-Ball and Jesus. No, Jesus isn't come back. Why the fuck would he? It's ludicrous. He probably wasn't even real. But a posh hat. Great as fuck. Oh, the other hat's a little posh. Yeah, it is. The other uniform is a little posh. This is a real working class hero in America kind of hat, and elsewhere, I suppose, not just America. Not just the U.S. had these hats, maybe. I don't know. These Q Trump people are dressing in golf clothes now. Are they sharding their golf pants? What's up with Q? Is it lost any steam? Is it still? I don't hear much about Q anymore. Is he still leading the people on? Suomi. I should know that. Why do I? Jesus abandoned us. Honestly, I get it. Yeah, I would abandon these people too. But yeah, no, Jesus not coming back. And why the fuck would he? Any tips you can give to us newbie TikTokers to evade TikTok bans? Yeah, it's hard because they don't really actually tell you exactly what you did. They just ban you. But you can't generalize. If you generalize about saying, all Christians are this or all Muslims are this in a video, that'll get you banned pretty quick, I think. Anything threatening, anybody, any bullying of people, if it seems like you're saying stuff that's too sexual, I've gotten nicked for that a couple of times, I think. You got to stay away from words, obviously. There's certain words that I'm sure the algorithm just picks up and just blocks you if it hears you say them. Oh man, I've been going to these boring church services for no reason. No, that was cultural education. You went to see what they do, and now you get it. You can get it. Yeah, was he ever here? Thanks, Gustavo. Good question, man. Jeez, was he ever here, dude? We don't know. Here's this guy's. We got more Swedish. What's on about Olin Olusa Kate Pari Kerta? I have no idea how to say that. You think Jesus is gonna come back? I don't think. Wait, imagine being in heaven, and then you're like, yeah, I'll go back down there. Why the fuck would he? 3 hours later is coming. Go Chiefs. Dak for Cowboys. You rooting for the Chiefs? Who gives a fuck about the football? Anybody? I feel like it's the battle of the who gives a fuck. If it wasn't for Patrick Mahomes and his cult of personality, and his amazing play, honestly, I can't take that away from him. I don't really like the guy, and Kansas City could give a fuck about. But I feel like the NFL is like, oh, why? Really? Everybody like that's out. Green Bay's. It's like what? Brady's out. You got LA versus San Francisco. Who gives a living fuck? And you got, I guess those are big populations, LA. So I guess they're probably pretty happy that the Rams got in. But, I don't give a shit. And, and what's on the Bengals? Maybe I'll root for the Bengals just because it's time we had some good for the Bengals, Ohio in general, when it comes to pro sports, right? Cleveland and Cincinnati, pretty fucking bereft of victories. This is something. What's happened in Ohio that was worth a shit, sports-wise, recently? Yeah, if Jesus came back, he probably would be assassinated again. That's probably a pretty good guess there. People are like, what? Yeah, what? He actually wants to spend time with prostitutes and gay people, and instead of what? He meant it about easier for a camel to pass through a needle than rich people to get to what? Really? What? He's for these social programs? No, they'd kill him. Thanks, Twisted Entropy. What's up, my guy? I love my guy, Twisted Entropy. Here's a guy who understands the universe, man. Oh man. Q stopped giving new coded predictions. Okay, yeah, he's probably bored with his fucking ruse. It's like, how long can he keep up shit like that? No idea. Jesus hanged with sinners. He didn't sin with them. Flavius Theodosius. Jesus hanged with sinners. I'm trying to find a joke in there. Like he hung out with sinners? Or you mean he hanged on the cross with sinners? He didn't sin with them. Oh, you're saying because I don't care. The Christians would still, they're not about cottoning to those people, and Jesus was. He was about being with and ministering to those people and bringing his message to the lowest of society, which is not what most Christians, evangelical, conservative, nationalist Christians in America are. There's plenty of Christians that are. I'm not going to say that, and I do think at some point in the past, Christianity made people think about how they treated other people. I don't think that. I'm going out on a limb to say that in the past, the guilt of eternal punishment has probably kept some people from doing something that they might have otherwise done. But I think we're probably pretty much past that time. Larry David said, "If best if prayers worked, would I be bald? Yeah, or would he be? Would his comedy be so cringy? He can be funny. I'm a talented guy. I'm not taking, but I'm not that guy. I watch Curb Your Enthusiasm. Makes me itchy to watch the situations he puts himself in. It's just so embarrassing. But that's the point I get, and some people think it's funny. To me, I call it cringity, not my cup of tea. You liberals don't know, but you're helping the Antichrist by supporting the government. Guardian Angel 07. It's not really preaching. One of the stupidest things I've ever read, though, today. Thank you for saying that. If the Antichrist exists, then it was Trump who came disguised as a man of God, holding a Bible up and pretending to be a Christian. So if the myth of the Antichrist is true, which it most certainly is not, and you sound like an infant for even promoting the idea that it might be true, it was Trump. Good morning, Sacramento in the house. What's up, Eddie Ramirez? What's up, dude? I saw, Jesus in his mind. He wanted to make love to Mary Magdalene. She was hot. Didn't you see Temptation of Christ last Temptation of Christ, right? Martin Scorsese film, not the Mel Gibson piece of Catholic shit, where you get to watch Jesus. I lost all respect for Jim Caviezel too. Pretty decent actor. I liked him in The Blue Line, and a lot of movies he was in pretty good. And then he instead of just being an actor and be like, it's a role, I'm playing Jesus, trying to do my best. He's like, oh, really? He got on board with the Kevin Sorbo shit and the whole Mel Gibson message. This is true. Catholic. Imagine being Catholic and thinking that the Catholic idea is really what it was about. We know when Catholicism wrestled control of Christianity away from the other cults and sort of put its own stamp on it. It's like, but to believe that that's what was ordained of God, you have to be a fucking monkey to believe that. Honest to God, that's just stupid. But yeah, Guardian Angel, you liberals going to take away our American tradition and try to take over the world. You liberal, you rotten liberal, you take away our American tradition of slavery, bigotry, Confederate flags, and Christianity. Why you going to do this to us, you liberals? You go away from here. How about a fucking liberal, man? Cast your fucking aspersions on someone else, man. I am not a liberal. I am solidly in the middle. People like you and people like the cancel culture knee-jerk liberals can all get in a fucking boat and go off to stupid land together. And we need people in the middle who can work with everybody to get shit done for us and not worry about your fucking mythology. Liberal trying to take over the world. Of course she was a good lady, man. It was her job, man. DJ Music. Can't be a prostitute if you're not a good lady. Give me a break. Think about it. You try to take away, you're like, you gonna spend $50 on that? No, man, go see Rachel. This guy thinks guns are gonna work on the Antichrist. Yeah. Here comes the Antichrist. Give him hell, boy. Antichrist is like, I'd like to see the Antichrist try to get in our compound here in Montana. We's Montana. Me and my neighbors, we fuck him up. Antichrist comes here. I give him some of my scatter gun right in his hindquarters. Send him a running. If your spouse said accept and love your towards you, yeah, it's obvious. Thank you, David Gray. Good to see you, buddy. We just talked about we have Hollywood. Thank you, Guardian Angel. Bye. You got yourself muted with your bullshit. She wasn't probably a threat. I was gonna keep making fun of her, but that's okay. I don't need to get caught making fun of twits like that. But oh my god, what an imbecile! Can you imagine being that stupid to think that way? You won't take over the world. Fried pickles? They changed your life? How, man? Tell us. Added to your cholesterol to the point where you had to get medicine? No, I fried pickles. Anything fried is good. What is good? Fried pickles? Not my favorite. I'd rather have a fried mushroom, fried asparagus. I've had it all, man. If they fry it, I've eaten it. People in Chicago will put a fucking they'll cook a Polish on the grill and then throw it in the deep fryer to heat it up before they put it on your bun. It's called Maxwell Street style. That's like, why don't you just inject cholesterol in your fucking veins, man? Oh, Kevin Sorbo, yeah, he's against the whole critical race theory bullshit. Not bullshit. I'm for it, but the whole rigmarole that's going on. His Twitter yesterday to end racism. We need to stop telling children about it. Yeah, good idea. How about we end Christianity by stopping telling Christian children about it? How about that, Kevin motherfucking Sorbo? You Hercules playing piece of living shit. Go the fuck away. This person's talking about Hollywood. We've already got Hollywood. Hollywood's got plenty of fucking outlets for fucking Christian content like this. It all sucks. Hollywood, most of Hollywood is about making art that we enjoy, not fucking spinning some evil message for you. Some of it is, and that's awesome because you've got a government that lies to you. You've got a president who actively lies. You've got Republican legislators around the country proposing uh, uh, restriction laws that are going to make it harder for their opponents to defeat them next time when they're trying to put somebody up there like you who thinks that God is real and doesn't want women to have access to health care. What is this, 19 fucking 10? What the fuck? I got stuck on the toilet for 2 hours. What for? What? The peanut butter and pickle? No, that's awesome. Emily Clark. I'll give you one for Emily Clark. My grandma taught me about peanut butter and pickle sandwiches. They're fucking awesome. They don't have to be toasted. I make them toasted. I make them on soft bread. But you slice up a dill pickle, you put it on, smother that peanut butter on it. It's fucking great. And toasted's great too. That's just no. I don't. How does that make you poo, Jeremy? Sorry, man. Uh, yeah, I sometimes that's the only thing that appetizes me. If I've been in moods where I'm just like I just need a peanut butter and pickle sandwich, and I'll do a shortcut where I take a whole like a baby dill, like maybe two like a 3-inch dill, and just wrap it in one piece of bread, put peanut butter in one piece of bread, and wrap it like a hot dog, and just eat it like that. It's fucking a great combination, man. Oh my God, here we go. Jesus is the only way is here. What's up, Mr. Cross icon? Gotta love a guy who puts the cross on his fucking profile pic. But it's just that important, man. The torture device of our Lord. Let me put that everywhere. You get him twisted entropy. You don't want to argue with that guy. Jesus is the only way. Why is he based on earlier myths? Why does Jesus seem to be a copy of many earlier dying and rising sun messiahs? Maybe you can explain that. Thanks for being here, though. Appreciate you promoting the content, my guy. 11:44 here in the Central Time Zone. I got fucking till noon to be with you people. Hit me peanut butter and mayonnaise. Wow, mayonnaise is pretty much good on anything, but mayonnaise is ooh, that's just that'll kill you. Yikes. Oh, Christ loves you here too. We're pretty respectful trolls here today, though. There's only been a few who needed a muting. You know, we don't mind if you guys are starting conversations, but you know, you have to know. Like I said in the beginning, if you're on here and you believe the old mythologies that people wrote about 3,500 years ago, and then continued 2,000 years ago, there's no verifiable evidence that any of it is real. If y'all choose to run your life uh, on that's on you, man. You know, you got to get through the night, buddy. If that's what it takes for you to be happy, then you know, welcome to it. Just you know, why you the arrogance to think that that it should work for anybody else. You know, the one thing I respect about the spiritual people is at least they just make it up themselves. That's you know, that's owning the fact that we are the gods of our minds and our nature and our surroundings. We can manipulate uh, our surroundings to fit our needs. You know, so if you need to believe in a God that isn't represented by the other religions in the world, which isn't hard to believe because most of the religions have a God that's you know indefensible. You know, there's really just not illogical. So if you get your own idea of what God is or what religion and faith is to you in your head, then that's just as valid. It's just as valid as anything that fucking Thomas Aquinas and all of his learning ever thought. You know, these people who like debated the fineries of religious doctrine, of Christian doctrine in the early days. It amazes me. It amazes me that they spent that time thinking about what things meant that they didn't even know were true. They just took it on faith that these things were true. There was no evidence, no backing it up. Nothing but tradition told these people that any of what they were debating was true. And here they are, like worried about the fineries and the details of the doctrine, including things like the Trinity and whatever, Immaculate Conception and the nature of God Himself and what He's made of. And is Christ sharing that, or does making Christ God like diminish God in some way by taking away some of God's stuff from the material side of God? Or you know, this what you're debating is nonsense. It's literally like stoners sitting around debating something that makes absolutely no sense to someone who comes by and hears the conversation. You sound like an idiot. And people give these people all this, oh, St. Augustine and all these great thinkers in Christian history. No, they were all debating something that's demonstrably not probably true, period. And it's embarrassing that we even have to deal with it in our fucking lives today. It should have been something that went away so long ago. The Enlightenment should have killed religion, period. Religion should have been dead for all intents and purposes since like 1780. Brisket with potato tacos. Wow, I love potato tacos. A good man. I don't even know how to make them, but I've had some good vegetarian tacos based on tomatoes that people have made, man. And that's good eating. I'm gonna make today, man. I'd probably put the football on in the background. Jesus is the only way. He's going at it hard. He's the only way. If God believes He is eternal and denies He was created, then God Himself is an atheist. It's a good point. David Gray. You guys think about that. I can't argue with that. I like that. Is Eve was framed here? Eve was framed. That's what I'm talking about. Eve was framed. If you're here and you want to go and you want to ask me to go live, you can jump on if you just want to get on. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. I did not see you come on. If you're not watching Eve Was Framed, you're missing out. She's deconstructing from evangelical religion. She has awesome points. Everything you say is so spot on, and your input as someone who went through that and came out of it is amazing. It's compassionate. It's logical. It's sincere. And thank you for doing what you do. You guys need to follow the gorgeous Eve was framed. Eve Was Framed if you don't already. Really important work she's doing. Thanks for the rose, sissy old sack. God, what if a higher up God created you? God, believe that. You're an atheist. God is. If he doesn't believe in a God, he believes he's been there forever. I don't know. I found that philosophy is a better path to truth than any Bible or science. We only know so much. Yeah, how is philosophy a better path to truth than science? It's not evidence based, and no philosophy agrees with the other philosophy. Philosophy is a religion light, in my opinion. It's it uses better techniques to form an argument, but is really basically the explanation of the unexplainable through arguments. None of it is verifiable, and I don't feel like any of it leads to anything other than an understanding of what the truth might be. to lead to any absolute truth. I feel like philosophy can't really do that. But I'm glad it works for you, Manny J Music, and thank you for being here. No shade, but you're a philosophy guy. I respect that. Yeah, Eve was framed is great, and thankfully she came up on my For You page. And there's other people that I follow that are great, like I Blame Bill. I never see. They're only coming up on my following page. It's like they're trying to keep us apart. They can't keep us apart. Our love will overcome. Is the Balrog here? I didn't see the Balrog. The Balrog is here. He's a demon of the ancient world. You shall not pass. What's a Balrog? Use a lot of numbers. Join. Thanks for joining. Use a lot of numbers. I am Christian, but I don't obey Bible. Not if you don't. This guy. Do you eat shellfish? I don't. Do you obey the whole Bible? Maybe you do. That's good for you if you do, buddy. Do you stone adulterers? Do you deny crippled people entrance to the temple? Scrolling back through the comments here, my peeps, to see what I missed here. No. Woo. Life's got to be more enjoyable living as a Christian. This is way back to Swift Ninja, right? Right? I don't know why. I think I've never seen such happy people as the people who have deconverted. And my example of that is a sandwich. The question religion, I think, the question everything. Oh, tax the churches. That's what her handle is now. Tax the churches. A sandwich. She's just a gorgeous example of someone who's just so happy. And he was framed too. She's just you found such relief, found such contentment when you realize that no one's watching. When you realize that your difficulty reconciling the two things, what you believe and what you see and what you know, once you realize that what you believe isn't true, it wasn't even worth looking for because it was never there, then all the rest falls into place and everything and all those problems go away. And the excitement and the joie de vivre and the elan with which these people live after coming out of stifling, embarrassing religion is truly touching. And both of those creators are perfect examples. You guys need to be watching them both if you don't. I would be happy. I'm just still handling trauma. I'm a year out. Oh, is that all? Well, good luck, man. When you get there, you let us know. Thanks for the likes. Thanks for the roses. Thanks for joining. Deal Edward. Deal Edward. Deal Edward. Imaginad. I'm a gonad. Imaginad. I'm a gonad. Are you a gonad? Are you a left gonad or a right gonad? Are you a female gonad or a male gonad? It's cringe that Christian adults are out here pretending in imaginary friends. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. It's really, really embarrassing. And they look at it as like such an attack on who they are when they meet people who just don't believe it. It's like, all right, it's weird, but you can believe it if you want. But then when they're faced with someone who doesn't, uh, who am I a good voice for, Boomer? I'm sorry, buddy. I'm not watching fast enough to see what comment that pertained to, but I am paying attention to you, and I appreciate you being here. Boomer you, he's Boomer you on YouTube. Follow us on YouTube. Go to the bio. Go to the front page of my. Go to my page, the front page, whatever, below my bio. Drag it down and follow us on Instagram and YouTube if you like it, and spread the word. Spread the better word of atheism, would you? People are coming at me with the whole "why do you care" and "what do you like we're preaching." We're not here to preach. We're just here to create community and make it okay to make fun of what's eminently ridiculous. It's okay. It's okay for people to make fun of. It's okay for people like Jesus. He's got a martyr complex. He's coming out here having people make fun of him and dragging down his beliefs. It's okay. Jesus is the only way. If you believe Jesus is the only way for you, then you fucking go with Jesus, man. You go with Jesus, man. It's nice for you. Just fucking leave people out of it, man. I don't go to a Christian life. Never. Never. I don't get the compulsion. I don't understand why would you want to come on here? You really think you're going to convert us or convince us somehow? Your solution to the problems of the universe is an intellectual embarrassment. You're talking about a Bronze Age myth. Really, is what you're giving credit for being right, simply because tradition and because of indoctrination and brainwashing. I lost my father this week. Sorry, buddy. And I realized there's not a lot of non-religious stuff for eulogies and the like. So I wrote this. Yeah, there isn't, and that's a problem too. Christian and religious funeral services are required and assumed to be the norm. And so it's hard to even find a funeral parlor that's not a church that won't assume that you want like Christmas, Christian in the Christ, Christmas. You want Christianity or Christ in the background of your whatever, your guest book, your decorations, at the funeral, and you need to make sure that you express your wishes if you're using one of those places, because people have gotten screwed. And it's innocent, it's just people. That's Christian entitlement. They think it's okay for everybody. They really do. I just like blopped the yogurt on my. The yogurt's lavender, so I get purple. It actually goes right. Blueberry yogurt. First yogurt I ever fell in love with. My mom didn't get us yogurt. I think she assumed we wouldn't like it because it's a little tangy when we were little kids. I went over to my buddy's house, man, and he's like, you like yogurt? We got yogurt. I'm like, I don't think I've ever had it. He brought out I think a blueberry Dannon, right, with the fruit on the bottom. He didn't tell me I needed to stir it up. I'd never seen yogurt. I ate the yogurt by itself, which I didn't think was horrible. But I was still like, really? You're really excited about this stuff? And I got to the bottom, it was just blueberries because I hadn't stirred it, which was awesome, of course. It was like a sugar rush when I got to the bottom. But then he's like, you need to stir it up, man. I'm like, oh, well, you could have told me that. You putz were like 8 years old, That was back in the day when my mom would send us to school with Spam sandwiches from time to time. I always found that contradictory in her nature. She was a health food nut ahead of her time. We were never had white bread. Never had white bread in the house. Never bought Wonder Bread once. My mom always had us eat wheat bread, but she would still serve Spam. Not a lot, but from time to time. It is. It's too bad that some people need to make it a battle. You're right, Manny. But that's the nature of the beast these days. That's what we get. Everything is black and white. Everything is one or the other. It's you or me. It's us or them. When I was a fundy, I would go to atheist spaces and think I was doing so much. Yes, it's so much. You're just here like trying to, convert people who are stupid. You can't convert people who have already either been there and come out of it or are too logical to believe. You're not going to be like, oh, God, I hadn't thought of that. Wow, you really got a great point there. God must be real. No, God isn't real. He's never going to be real. He's as real as a concept. And, that works for a lot of people, which is great. And that way we'll never be rid of it. But thank you. Thanks for joining. Use a lot of numbers. Join and somebody else whose name went away. Do you believe in anything supernatural? No, I believe in what we have evidence for. I believe there's lots of things that we will have evidence for that we don't now, that probably create the impression of supernatural things. But no, I don't believe in the supernatural. I do have a spoon. Look at that spoon. I did have a spoon. Shit, man. That's brutal. I even washed the spoon so it wouldn't be dirty for me. But that's all right. I'm about to be out of here. Love you guys. It's a couple more minutes. If you got a question, throw it on there. But I am in a blast at 12 noon. I do appreciate you. Love you. Go to Atheist Underground Gear at cafepress.com and get the t-shirt. And among other things, I will be getting around to adding more stuff on the shop. But you can help out there. You can follow me on Patreon and pledge $1 for the podcast, which will be coming out soon. We got an interview with a person who was afflicted by sexual abuse, and the church did nothing. Church after church and philosophy of the church did nothing but exacerbate the pain that she felt. And so we are in molestation. The train stops at molestation on the new podcast. It should be out in a week or so. If not before, and what else? I said I'd rather have them here than trying to prey on the vulnerable, I suppose. It's just so it's like, yeah, you could just see him like swimming against the tide and flailing and like, oh, but Jesus, but Jesus, but Jesus. Life is multiple shades of gray, which is why it is so much fun. This is absolutely true. Thank you, Queer as Fuck. We are all of us in the same boat. We're just creatures on the planet trying to get along inside of our skins with these crazy fucking thoughts that we have in our complicated brains. What all colors of nail polish do you wear? I've only had green and purple on so far. The Joker, I don't routinely do my nails. It was just a fun thing I did with my daughter. And then when that was what got horrible, I had to get them taken off by a pro. I wasn't going to work on it myself. They were gels. They needed to file them off. I'm like, I got to sit around doing it. $25. She took them off. I'm like, I saw some pretty purple. So that's it. I probably won't get it redubbed. If I go for a manicure, which I like, I'll get a clear polish sometimes. But I don't know. Maybe I'll try a new color. But yeah, there you go. Take it easy, guys. I love you. Thanks for joining, and I will make love to all of you when I see you in person. All right. Thank you. See you Wednesday, people, if not before.